Well, there we go. Okay. I only have 23 minutes, so I have to get through all of these really quickly. So I can't be as long-winded anymore. Okay, what was the one I missed? Okay, share an anecdote. Now, according to my education, an anecdote is a short story in where there is a lesson to be learned. Whereas a short story is just a telling of events. Hold on. So, I'm going to be going by what I had learned. Like, that's what that is and blah, blah, blah. So I just got to fix the camera. There we go. So, an anecdote. Okay. Not to be cliche, but kind of have to be. Because I can't think of any other stories from my life that could have a decent moral lesson. Earlier this year, earlier this year, there was a girl. And she is a friend of mine. Like, she still is. Like, I had met her last year, and we became friends, and I thought she was cool. I was like, oh, yeah, she's cool. And then, like, at the time, I didn't think anything. Just like, oh yeah, she's a cool person. Like she's fun to hang out with. That was it. And then I don't know what happened. I started developing these, what do you call them? Feelings? Yeah, whatever that is. I started, like, liking her as more than a friend. So we started hanging out. We, like, did stuff. At the same time, we had a convention coming up in my area called Anime North. So she was helping me put together my cosplay. I cosplay as Totoro. So I was over at her house, like, at least once a week working on my costume. And so, like, yeah, we hung out, we talked. And I was like, okay, I think I really like this girl. Like, it got to, like, a crazy point. So I told my friend, and he was like, dude, you have to ask her out. I was like, yeah, but not yet. And then afterward, her sister, who was dating my friend, hold on. Either she told me or she told my friend, and he told me what she said, that if I didn't ask her sister out, then she would tell her sister in my place. And I was like, no, that's not going to happen. So the ultimatum was, you have until she gets home. Because the thing is, she would, like, hang out with her boyfriend, and then later at night come, like they would honestly just be, like, hanging out. They weren't doing anything. Don't be weird. Anyways, they would, she came back, so it was interesting, because at that time I had to leave anyway, so I was like, hold on, for the sake of concealing identities, she knows who she is, I'm gonna call her Beth, sure. I was like, oh, Beth, walk me to the bus stop, there's something I need to talk to you about. So we were walking, and I asked her, I was really nervous, like, I really didn't want to say it at that time, but whatever. We were walking, we got almost to the bus stop, and I was like, would you ever want to go out with me? And after a little bit of explaining, because she misunderstood it just a little bit, and I was like, no, this is me asking you out. And she was like, oh, no. I was like, oh, okay. Like, inside it hurt, but at the same time it was like, alright, I asked her. She said no. That's it. We're still cool, like, we're still friends. So it's just like, I was like, oh, okay. I got on my bus, went home, and I was like, that went well. Yeah, that went well. So the lesson, at least the lesson that I learned is, it's better than you, like, hey man, this is as bad as it, like, a no is as bad as it gets. Like, how to put it? I like to imagine that, no, not I like to imagine. I do imagine that in some cases it was like, what do you mean no? You have to blah blah blah. Like, I like to imagine I'm not one of those guys who gets really upset when he gets rejected. Then again, I've only been rejected 3 times in my life by the only 3 girls that I've had the courage to ask out. So, hold on. Okay, good. No one's there. So it was just like, I don't know. It was just for me the lesson. For me, the lesson was just ask, and you'll get an answer. Because the worst anyone can ever say is no. Like, if you like someone, just ask them out. The worst they can say is no. Because there's no way it can be worse than saying no. They could be rude about it and say, oh, fuck you, you're so fucking ugly and a creep, and you're like the worst human being ever. But hey, that's only if that person is an asshole. Now, if you were being a creep and being lewd and, like, you know, just a straight up creepo, you kind of deserve that. But at the same time, if they're saying that, even though all you actually said was, do you want to go out, and that was the response, then they're being an asshole. You understand the difference? You have to, like, be able to, like, realize there's like a difference when someone's being an asshole to you and when you're being a creepo. So it's just like, the only way it can be worse than hearing a no is if for some reason you were, like, essentially placing all of your money on them saying yes, and have already planned out, like, the rest of your lives together, and literally, like, have a house and stuff, and, like, everything under. It's like, the only way that it can be bad is if you are a creep. Like, that's the only way. If you have devoted your entire life to this person and banking on the fact that they will say yes just because you hang out with them or have the courage to ask them out, then that looks bad on you. That makes you look like a bad person. Because that person always has the right to say no. And at the same time, even when they say no, that's it. They said no. That's the end of the story. It ends there. They said no. You can't go out. You can't go later and say, "Oh, hey, do you want to go out now?" No, because they said no. Unless they said no, but ask me later, because that means that you can come back at a later time and ask them out. Like, probably when you are probably when you have matured as a person and gained your own personality. But beyond that, it's just like the worst person can say is no, and that's it. There was, like, another thing that I wanted to add to that, but that's the main. Well, I remember now. Here's the thing. Just because you ask one of your friends out doesn't mean that has to be the end of your friendship. It can just be you asking them out on a date. They can say no, and if you communicate, if you do this thing called expressing your emotions and feelings and words, your emotions and thoughts and feelings through your words, and they do the same thing with you, that's called communication, and that allows you to understand, so that the two of you can reach a place where things aren't awkward or weird. You get it? Communication is the key to everything. If you're trying to say something to someone, but you're not saying, like, if you want to tell someone something, but you're not gonna, but your words don't convey what you want to say, then you're doing it wrong. Say what you mean, and at the same time mean what you say. That's communication. That's how it works. No one can read your mind. No one's gonna take the time to, like, deconstruct all the words you say and read between the lines to find what you actually meant to say. Just say what you want to say. So the lesson I learned that day was like, oh, just ask a person out. They say yes, cool. They say no, also cool. Can we still be friends? Yeah, of course. That's how it works. But anyways, that's my, sorry, gotta move this. That's my attempt to add an anecdote with a lesson attached. That, keep in mind, I learned this in grade, I want to say 6? No, grade 5. 6 or 5. Somewhere around there. No, it might have been 6. Okay, anyways. That's a thing that happened in my life. So that's honestly the best I can offer, the best advice or anecdote I can offer. Because I got nothing else. Now then, on to the next thing. Let us hear your ringtone and text message sound. Okay, this one's cool. Because for anyone who knows me, I'm a huge Pokemon fan. So my ringtone is actually Wally's theme when you meet him on Victory Road in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. And it is one of the greatest pieces of music I ever heard. Like, I was sitting there listening to it happen, like, the battle was easy as shit for me, because my team was just like, yeah, one hit, one hit, one hit, one hit, one hit, okay, cool, I'm done. But I didn't want to, like, exit out of that part, because I love the music so much. Like, as soon as you walk in, dead silence. Just the text scrolling, and you hear the beeping whenever, like, you push the button to move on to the next, like, set of text. But then it's like, as soon as Wally's sprite, like, moves so that the battle can begin, the best music starts playing, and you just know it's just like, oh, this is cool. And then you see his Mega Gallade, and it's great. Oh my god. By the way, if you're going to come here and tell me, oh, I didn't know he had Mega Gallade, where have you been? Where have you been since Generation 4? Like, mother hugger. Generation 3 Wally had a Gardevoir. Generation 4 introduced Gallade. If you didn't know that he was going to have a Mega Gallade, especially when Mega Gallade was announced when Oras came out, what was it, earlier this year? End of last year? Then, where have you been hiding? That's your problem, not mine. Anyways, my ringtone. Alright, I'm sorry, I have to cut it off there. I can't. There are people sleeping, and also I don't want to get in trouble with the internet. But anyways, that's my ringtone and my text message sound. I used to be a huge Power Rangers fan. Used to. I still like Power Rangers, and I can say a lot about it. I wasn't as in-depth as I am with Pokemon. But anyways, out of nostalgia, I got this sound clip as my text message sound, and I love it. Oh, sorry. Whoops. I pushed the wrong thing. Anyways, this is my text message sound. Oops. Had that on loop. Anyways, one more time. No, wait, one more. Okay. For anyone who watch Disney or Family Channel, if you heard that and the first thing that came to your mind was Kim Possible, leave. Because that sound was the communicator sound from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The thing is, in Kim Possible, her little communication device with Wade sounds very similar. I don't have the sound clip here to show it, but it is very similar. Like, hold on. Power Rangers, do 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 do, and Kim Possible is like, wait, hold on. No, I can't remember off the top of my head. Sorry. I'll find it later maybe, and I'll link it in the description below so you can hear the difference. But, okay, next one. Tell a joke. Okay, hold on. No, it's offensive. No, it's offensive. That's too offensive. I have no jokes that won't offend anyone. So if you're easily offended, skip ahead. If you're offended by Nazi jokes, skip ahead. Because my best jokes are very offensive. Well, offensive if you're sensitive about it. Anyways. Incoming Nazi jokes in 3, 2, 1. Wait, oh fuck. I feel like I have the build up and I can't remember the joke now. Oh man. Ah, shit, I can't remember. Man, I was gonna have such a gas, too. Ugh, damn it. Oh, well, it's okay. My jokes are bad anyway, and frankly, they're just not right. Like, oh my god, like, Jesus. You will not see it coming when I unleash the jokes of the Nazi variety. Oh well. That was it. That was my joke. Thank you. I'll be here all week so you can murder me. Okay, next question. What did you eat today? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and late night traditional snack. So, what do you want? I guess I can tell you all of them. Morning, I had corn square, like, there's a little Quaker corn square, like, cereal. I had that with milk. Delicious. Lunch, I had hot dogs, in a bun with ketchup. Delicious. Dinner, I made fried rice with chicken, 3 different types of cold cuts, and more hot dogs. It was and also eggs, like scrambled egg. No, not they're omelets, but they're cut up, so it's basically scrambled eggs. And it was all mixed together with the rice and some peas and corn and carrots, and it was delicious. So, and then the last thing that I ate was see, in my family, well, not my family, but like in my immediate family, we have this tradition of eating pizza on Friday or Saturday. So I came back at around, like, what was it, 10? I'm going to say 10 o'clock, with an extra large pepperoni pizza with 4 cheese base, Italiano blend, extra sauce on the bottom, and olive oil. And it was great, and I loved it. And then I had a bunch of water all day. Oh, and also Dr. Pepper. But yeah, that's what I ate today. Talk about something that really scares you. Oh boy. If we're talking like straight up phobias, then we're talking the dark. The dark just terrifies me. Specifically when I'm walking in the hallway and it's dark and I can't see anything, because then I always have a feeling that there's someone behind me or creeping up to me, or is gonna jump out at me from like the sides. Then there's also being the feeling of being restricted terrifies me. Like, I was in grade 9, and it was physical education, and we were practicing wrestling, and all I know is this guy grabs me, like, he puts his arms in front of my arms, puts his hands like this behind my head, so like my arms are sticking out there, and he's holding me like this, and I can't move, and I freak out, and I start crying in the middle of class. I don't give a shit. I didn't care. I started crying because I couldn't move, and it terrified me. I guess that's it. The idea, just the feeling of not being able to control my body, wherein, like, I cannot move, terrifies me. Like, if I were ever trapped in, like, partial or full paralysis, I would honestly just, like, I'm not a person who ever wants to, like, even consider just exiting life. But if that were to ever happen to me, I would honestly, like, not want to continue from that point. I would not have the resolve to get up every day, ask someone to help me get into a chair or get into a special thing so they can clean out my waist, just so I could keep on. No, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. The idea of being restricted, physically restricted, terrifies me. I can't do it. No. Like, I guess that's what scares me the most. That, and maybe, like, the adult fears, like, never, like, being able to, like, have anyone help you, or, like, never having anyone there, like, always being alone in your life, like, never anyone to help you along the way, or to lean on, or to, like, or for them to lean on you. Like, it's just, like, those things that scare me, I guess. Like, being restricted both in a physical sense and in a social or, like, other kind of worldly sense. But yeah, that's something that really scares me. Something that makes me happy. Well, shoot. We got Pokemon. I swear to God, anytime a game in the Pokemon Trainer series comes out, that means red, blue, yellow, gold, silver, crystal, ruby, sapphire, fire red, leaf green, emerald. Technically, like, I count them. Colosseum, NXT, Gale of Darkness, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black, White, Black 2, White 2. What was this one? What was this? X, Y, Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire. Those are to me, that's the main series. That's the Pokemon Trainer series. That's not Pokemon Rangers. It's not Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Anytime any one of the main trainer games come out, where you play as a character who's capturing Pokemon and is journeying to be the best that ever was, that's like that. As soon as one of those games comes out, I'm over the moon. Anytime, like, I see, there we go. Just the idea of Pokemon elates me. I just love it. It's something I always grew up with, and I love it. But beyond that, like, other things that make me happy are, like, I guess if we're talking serious, like, there's my sister. where if I had to compare myself, I'm the dumb one and she's the smart one, and anytime I see her succeed, makes me happy. Because like my sister is in university. She doesn't live here at home like I do. Like, she lives over there in her apartment with like her like roommate, and like she's being an adult, and like just knowing that makes me happy because it means at least one of us didn't screw up. So yeah, I guess there's that. If I had to get serious, those are two of the things that make me happy in life. My favorite word. My favorite word. I like weird words like perusing. Like, hold on. Shit, what's that song from Camp Rock? That song that one of the Jonas Brothers sings. I can't remember his name, but it's. I think it was Introducing Me. He used the word perusing in the song, and I loved it. Like, it's just weird words. Like I guess it's like specifically that word, but there are other words that like they just sound weird because you don't use them often. So when he used that word in a song, that made me love the entire song. So it's just like I just like Camp Rock because obviously it wasn't for my age group. So like I was like, whatever, it's a stupid movie. But that one song in Camp Rock 2, I was just like, I like that song. That song's really good. I like it. So it's like sometimes I can catch myself singing it. So I guess I wouldn't call it my favorite word, but one of my favorite words would be perusing. Least favorite word. I don't know, like any kind of current slang. It just I don't like it, mostly because I'm old and I'm dumb and I don't get it. Yeah, I'm 23. That makes me old. But anyways, no, it's like slang that I don't understand or that just sounds dumb. I don't like. Like I can't even give an example, but just like it's probably because it's probably that thing where it's like, oh, I'm older, so I think everything that the younger generation does is stupid. But it's not exactly like that. But it's just more like, no, that sounds dumb. I'm not gonna say it, but people say it. I guess my least favorite word might be based, well, but not the word based, but more when people use it like, oh, blah blah blah, based God. I'm just like, what the fuck does that even mean? I don't care like what song it's from or who sang it or whatever. That sounds stupid. So I guess like if I had to pick a word that I hated, based. Shit. I've rambled on for a long time, so I gotta make these quick. Let me just check the timer. No, I don't have time. Shoot. Alright, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to continue recording. But I'll end this one here, I guess.